Okay, so I'm leaving checkpoint 2 now. That was definitely more than just a quick stop, but I needed that. When it's still evening, I mean, it doesn't make sense to take a short nap. And besides, when I sat down to eat, I felt that my head was spinning, and the more I sat there, the more I understood that I really needed a good night's sleep. There were rooms there with 2 beds in them, but I got a nice bed with warm blankets and everything, so I slept wonderful for 5 hours. Also, when I got there, I had some great tagine, and I was able to have a shower, although there was no hot water at all, and there was hardly any cold water. It's too bad it's dark now, because we're descending down into an oasis valley, and this is supposed to be one of the best views of the ride. I hope I don't get too cold, because I didn't want to put my jacket on, because then I'll just have to stop shortly and put it back. Temperature on my Garmin says 9.7. I have my winter gloves on and also a hat. It has happened that some people have missed the checkpoint, CP2, and continued straight and gone down here, and then realized that the checkpoint is up on top. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not going up this road. And the tandem arrived at the checkpoint while I was there. That's amazing. I was wondering about how they would do, but they seem to be doing fine. And there's another pair that I passed yesterday, so they got into the checkpoint just shortly after me, and one of them is struggling also with not being able to hold down food. When I woke up, there was somebody running to the toilet. I know the feeling, and it's not nice at all. Luckily for me, I seem to be doing quite well now. I haven't had a problem, in a while. So this is a very long stage, which is kind of in 2 parts, because the first part is getting to the town of Tagmount, and then after that we'll do the Old Colonial Road. So I was able to have a look at my saddle sores, and the foam dressings have been working pretty well. Unfortunately, it still hurts riding, so I think maybe from now on it's time to start taking these pain relief tablets that I have. I stopped to drop some layers. It's in the middle of the night. Temperature is 15 degrees, and already I'm down to my minimum kit. Okay, I just made it to the main road here. I now have 45 kilometers on this tarmac road. In at least one earlier edition, there has been heavy headwind here. It seems quieter for us. I just had a look at the tracker, and it doesn't really look bad. I'm in 124th place right now. There's plenty of people behind me. So I had a schedule for getting to the finish in under 7 days. I was 5 hours behind at Tagmount, and I honestly thought I would be further back now with my long stop at CP2, but apparently I've accounted for that, because now I'm only 4 hours behind. So if I keep this pace, I will actually be able to finish before the party is over. That would be nice. Morning. I'm glad I decided to leave my aero bars at home. this stretch here is one of the few places where they would have been useful. Yeah, I don't really miss them. And since my back is hurting as it is, I don't think I would have been able to spend much time in the aero position anyway. I think I see a rider in front of me with no rear light. No, hang on, what is this? On several occasions I've seen people riding without the rear light turned on. Morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, I can't see your rear light.
Yeah, it's loading now.
Yeah.
This is why it's this position.
Right. So this is how it's actually looking here. I see. It's very red. There's somebody having a rest or having had a bivvy maybe. Morning. So the temperature dropped quite a bit on these plains. So now it's 6.5. So that's actually a bit chilly, but really super nice. I wish I could store this chilliness and retrieve it later in the day. It's better than ice cream. So I can see Ibn Yaqub straight ahead, just at the bottom of the mountains there, and that is where the tarmac ends. Kids are going to school. Bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Morning. It's amazing, the time is not even 10:30 and I've already done over 100 kilometers today. This looks like a pretty big dry river crossing. There's a traffic jam here. Hei, står jeg i veien? So we have the resupply at Tagmount just in front of us, and behind you can see the mountains that we are heading up into after some lunch. So a slight misunderstanding from my part. This was not Tagmount. This was Kine. And Tagmount is 9 kilometers down this road. Well, should be fine. But I'm getting really hungry. Hope they have some grilled meat. Look at these mountains. This is Tagmount. Now we just need to find some place with food. Hopefully there's something en route. Otherwise I'll have to go off route there into the town itself. Do they have any hot food here? Sorry, omelette, yeah. Okay. Oh, I would like something more than an omelette. But I'm not sure if I would be able to find that. Nice town. Colorful. I know from a report that there's I think there's a big market here somewhere. Is it this way?
Huh?
This way? Are you sure? No, there isn't anything here. I was hoping they could lead me to some barbecue, but there is more this way, but you know what? I'll go a little bit further. Because there is actually something coming up. Yeah. Is it open? Ah, here. Is it open? No. Barbecue? Barbecue? No. Chicken? Chicken this way? Okay. Okay, merci. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Restaurant, café?
What?
Café, restaurant?
Ici.
Okay.
Tout droit.
Okay, merci. I hope I find something now. That would be fantastic. Yeah, I was now being pointed back the way I came from, so anyway, I can try this shop I saw down the road here. In the end, I didn't have to worry about finding barbecue because the omelette was in warm baguettes and was actually very, very good. So now I'm stocked up on water and I have some candy from a shop, so I'm ready to tackle the Old Colonial Road. First, there's a flat stretch before we get there. The chain was dry again, so I applied more lube. So I believe that is the third time I put on lube. Even if it's wet lube, it doesn't create a greasy mess. It looks like it just dries out, and I don't really have to wipe anything. I just apply more lube. I'm at the bottom of the Old Colonial Road, and yes, it is rocky. I'm gonna try letting out some air. This is bumping too much. I need to be conservative about my water also. Well, it still feels bumpy, but maybe just a little bit less. It could be worse though. We could be going up that road. We will soon approach the two really broken sections where we have to walk around. Nelson specifically said that there's no need to climb down the 3-meter cliff. It is possible. I mean, there is a path around. It's just that some people don't see it, particularly at night. When I decided to film this and comment my journey, I decided I would document all my ups and downs and times when it's really, really tough and so on. But I realize I haven't maybe spoken so much about being very deep down in a hole. And the reason for that is that I haven't really, except for the first 2 days when I did feel weak and slow. And right now I'm just enjoying myself. And I can see that I'm catching my schedule to be able to finish in 7 days. As long as I keep within that schedule there, that's my only goal. I want to be there in time for the finisher party. Now, I just saw the news that Justinas has finished in first place. The difference in how the race must have felt for him and for people like me, probably not even possible to understand. To go on for almost 4 days with almost no sleep, just a few hours. I mean, just a few hours stop in total. So imagine, for example, what I said when I reached checkpoint 2 and my head was spinning. I was so tired I just had to call it a day. Let's see, I had at least 10 hours of sleep at that point. How is it possible then? You get somewhere, you're about to collapse out of drowsiness, but you still go and jump on the bike and continue, and you don't even have time to sit down and eat. You just grab some food, put it in your bags and pedal on. But I'm super happy that he managed his long-awaited victory. I wonder also if that means he's done with the Atlas Mountain Race now. Okay, here comes the first broken section. I don't mean this, and I don't mean this either. So here it is. And some people thought you had to climb down here, but there's an actual path back there. Right, now where do we get up? Okay, so there will be a little climbing on the other side, but it looks doable. It looks like this is where people are going. My bike is so heavy. Oh. Oops. The chain wheel is crashing into a rock here. Ah! Whew, got it. Oh, look at that. Yep, there's the path. So I should have gone up there and then around. Okay. Well, then I know for the next one I need to look a bit better. That was so exhausting that I need some melted chocolate, which my bags are full of. Let me try this. And the candy was super cheap. I think I paid €1.50 for a bottle of Coca-Cola and 4 small packet of crisps and more chocolate. I saw on the tracker that there is somebody behind me. It was only 2 kilometers behind me. Look at the road, how it's winding up there. I'm starting to get sleepy. I would have loved a short nap, but here is there isn't any shade here, so. Right, the second section was much closer than I thought. You would rather avoid climbing down here, but you can also easily see the trail. There's one rider at the bottom, or down there, just passing one of the broken sections. And I saw there's another one that's cleared both, so he's really right behind me. Oh my god. Oh, we're not up yet. Oh no. So we have over 300 meters left. In about a week, I'm gonna think back at this and long for the time I was cycling in the Atlas Mountains. It really is a spectacular place for bikepacking. Just don't bring a gravel bike. Still more climbing to do. We have 200 meters left, and then there's another there's a short ascent and another small climb after that. I thought this climb would be murder for my saddle sore, but it's actually feeling fine. Before the climb started, I took some pain relief, 1 tablet, and I also put some pain relief gel back there. So we're up at the top now of the main climb. So like I said, I think there's a descent and then a second climb. And then there's a big descent, which is supposed to be quite sketchy, even dangerous in the dark. Actually quite windy up here, and that's super refreshing. Temperature now says 21, but further down it was 31, I think. Luckily the sun hasn't been that annoying that it was it yesterday or the day before? I'm gonna enjoy coasting here for a bit, hopefully. Let's see, around the corner. Yeah, great. A slight descent, exactly what I want. Because there's still 27 kilometers to Issafn. Look at this, imagine coming here in the middle of the night. Here we are at Issafn. Could be here, but I don't see any bikes. Let me just look around a little bit first. Yeah, it quickly got dark here while I sat here, had my omelette and drank a lot of tropical juice and some coffee, but I'm still feeling very tired. I started early again. So this next stage here is, it's not super long, but it has a lot of climbing. It's going to be a gentle descent for a while now, and then we go into a riverbed and up along a riverbed. My plan is to just go for as long as I bother and then bivvy somewhere there. I'm glad I was able to do the descent down to here before it got dark. So what time is it? It's 8:30. So I was able to go to one of the small shops there, fill up on water, and I also bought some triangle cheese, some packets of chips, but I don't really have a lot of food. I have some leftover from what I bought earlier today in Tagmount, but I guess I'm getting used to riding long stretches now with little food. So I ate together with one other rider. Yeah, his tracker wasn't working, so he had to email the organizer, and they told him to screw it open and take out the batteries. That fixed it. One of the other riders that was also there could have been a pretty bad accident, because he had a jersey or I think a jacket hanging at the back of his bike, and it had been dragged into the wheel and completely ruined the brake disc, as well as the jacket, of course. So he had to remove the brake disc and ride with just the front brake, which certainly was not ideal on that descent that we had back there. I'm gonna, knock on wood, be happy that I haven't had any incidents yet. I said yet. I should say I haven't had any incidents. Life couldn't be more perfect right now. I'm doing a slight descent at 1% descent, and the temperature is 19 degrees, and I'm using my top gear, which is just right here, just pedaling along. We have 10 more kilometers of this. It's great. I'll enjoy that. The dry riverbed hasn't started yet. Instead, there's been some other punchy climbs on the road. But I think now in 500 meters we'll be there. Oh, almost crashed. Okay, but here we are. It's hard to see anything. We're supposed to, it should be up here. My God. Okay, hope it's probably up on this concrete Okay, let's try to get up there. There's some fencing here. Thought I was done with this for today. Okay, here we are. Oh my god. So clearly I have misunderstood something in the route, because I thought the dry riverbed would start at the bottom of this climb. Instead, now we've been going up 100 meters or more, and we're still going. This is actually pretty okay gravel for a change, and the climbing just feels so easy compared to the Old Colonial Road. I just saw a little scorpion on the ground. I had to stop and take a photo. So it's slowly starting to sink in that this road here has recently been built and is basically the road. That means that we no longer have to travel up the riverbed. But it's pretty steep. I mean, it's not horribly steep, but I expected it would be almost flat. I found what looks like a reasonable spot for a bivvy. I mean, it's rocky, but with my sleeping mat I hope it should be okay. My bottle cage here has finally snapped off. It's been loose now for a couple of days. And it snapped off, and my bottle was hanging down here, but now it's just disappeared somewhere. Alright, I'm very tired, so I'm going to sleep.